I'm not too sure what to even say about this dude anymore that hasn't already been said. The fact that I'm even gonna sit here and waste breath on his useless ass again is way too fucking good for him. But Tekken, you're an idiot, bro. Like, you take fucking being a retard and a hoe to a whole nother fucking level. Like, you reached a low that was even bad for you, bro. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, which I'm sure is most of you, this bitch, Tekken is my world. Y'all should know who he is. But, I understand if some of you don't, because he's that fucking irrelevant. This bitch went on a 30-minute little bitch rant about basically throwing me and a whole bunch of other motherfuckers under the bus, such as Render Warrior X, Ash 6, Eagle Speed, Raider Ben, Saints Uptown, and I think a couple others, but like I don't even remember half of it, because like really only reason I was able to sit through and listen to it is because I just put headphones on at work and just listened to the shit. So luckily at least I was getting work done, and it's not a half hour of my life I will never get back. But anyway, this bitch threw all those motherfuckers under the bus and me, and then basically was trying to tell people, like, defend his credibility or whatever, and basically try to say we all need to stop talking shit about him and that he doesn't care what we have to say. Like, you stupid fuck, bro. If you don't care what any of us got to say, why would you make a 30-minute video talking about it? Like, if our opinions meant so little to you, why make a video basically asking us all to stop? Like, that makes no fucking sense, bro. This is why no one respects you. Literally, no one respects you. Because of shit like this. The whole point of being a YouTuber for any sports team is to represent them to the fullest, and when people talk shit about them, fire back. You ain't here to make friends or win sympathy votes or win a popularity contest. You here to represent the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, allegedly. And you can't even do that right. Like, there's a fucking reason people go in hangouts with you and clown the shit out of you because you don't do shit ever. You'll never talk about it, ever. You will never defend your motherfucking team. Like, it got to a new low when you let a fucking faggot like Beltway come in your hangout, continuously talk shit about the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you just fucking sat there. You ain't say one word to this bitch. Meantime, me and Rando are tearing him a new asshole. And by the way, I get that a lot of people don't like Rando. Like, I understand it. Because I've even told the guy myself. The shit with kicking people out of hangouts and, like, that shit's not cool. That's really hoe shit. Tekken was famous for that shit back in the day. And sometimes his knowledge regarding NFL quarterbacks is completely fucked off. And, yeah, the guy does say dumb shit. And Rando, you my boy, but you know this to be true, and that's why I can't ever give the link to you for fucking hangouts that we get into besides Tekkens and Ash 6s. But, still my man, though. But at least that dude's a real fucking fan. Like, he'll go at people when they talk shit. You, on the other hand, just fucking sit there. Like, that's another reason why people question your loyalty. You can't talk shit to people. That's the whole point of this YouTube shit. When you get involved with a fan base, unless you want to put out news and not even deal with people from like TTC or whatever, that's the whole point of it. But let's be honest, you would suck at that too. Because your content's garbage. It has been for a while. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, you had one of the most lit fucking hangouts going, and it was just Jaguars fans. But that shit slowly went downhill as you started becoming more of a hoe. Like, and you were shouting out Devontae so much in that live stream, because, like, he was the only one in it saying anything good about you. But let's be honest. If Devontae got in a hangout, like a legit TTC hangout with fucking a bunch of sharks, like, you know, Frank the Gambler, Raider Ben, no, I'm trying to think of other examples. Eagle Speed, fucking Saints Uptown, like people like that, and they start talking, or Meet the Mets, and they start talking shit to him, and, you know, they gang up with him, you're just gonna, like, knowing you're just gonna fucking sit there. And, like, I don't even like Devontae like that, but I would at least get his back to stick up for my fucking team. That's the whole point. That's why no one respects you. That's why everyone fucking clowns you. And you are viewed as a fucking clown and irrelevant. Like, take for instance, it really told the story, like, because, you know, you claim to know and are cool with all these TTC motherfuckers. But when I was in that Saints Uptown hangout, like, and I normally don't join TTC hangouts. Like, I'm not worried about the shit. But I was bored, and it was Saints Uptown, and, you know, I fuck with Saints Uptown. Saints Uptown's a cool-ass dude. So, I go in there, you know, we all start talking, and Mac Main's in there. And for those of you that don't remember, Mac Main was one of the main people I went to fucking war with in the Steelers wild card, or not the wild card, the divisional playoffs. Like, we made videos back and forth about each other. And this dude says, and I think it was him that says, oh, Jagganoff, you a cool ass dude. Like, you and T. Kirk are the only people that I'm gonna address while we have our hate week. And, you know, it wasn't about me, so I'm not gonna say shit, but you're sitting right fucking there. This dude basically said our whole fan base, aside from me and T. Kirk, is a bunch of fucking clowns. Which the majority of them are, let's be honest. Like, there's some fucking retards in our vid make it just, like, I wouldn't consider Rando it, and, you know, Joey, he tries, but, you know, it doesn't always go so well. Rockstonic, he's just a fucking crackhead. But, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. But he's talking specifically, basically, about you, and you don't say shit. You sit there in dead silence, and this dude's basically talking shit about you. That is the reason why motherfuckers don't respect you. And let's not get into the fact that you got a 15-year-old boy kicked off of fucking YouTube. And don't give me this shit that, oh, my mom heard it and he was tired. Like, no, bitch, you showed your fucking mom. Because, dude, any grown-ass man can tell the mom, listen, this is my business, stay the fuck out of it. Because my mother, and I love my mom, but she don't even watch my videos because of what I talk about. And she probably doesn't even know what the fuck a Google Hangout is. And so, yeah, dude. And then, not to mention, you went to the fucking police about Rando and Ashgan when to try to get them on charges for cyberbullying, and then you stayed off YouTube for a while, and then you came back and didn't really explain what happened, but I bet the chances are you probably said this shit and they probably laughed you out of the fucking building, and then you got fucking people to call all of these people, and you only successfully got Llama kicked off of YouTube because of some shit your fucking mom said to his dad. And then you tried to go at Ashcan. You tried to get Inferno 14 or Rich 92 or whatever these fucking faggot troll accounts that you created to flag down Rando's channel. And then allegedly one of them called Ashgan's father. But in reality, we know that shit's all you. You're just not man enough to admit it. It's like, people would have more respect for you if you just say, you know what, I fucked up, I'm sorry, it was me the whole time, and move on. Or if it's not you, produce these motherfuckers to say, hey, here, it's me. Because the Inferno 14 fucker, you said, lived in Jacksonville, and then I even said in a video, when I went down for, I believe it was the Rams game, I was like, look, I'm going to be there. Come see me. He didn't show up. And okay, I don't even bring this shit up anymore with the whole tweet that you wanted Calais Campbell to go to the Broncos, or that you wanted the Broncos to beat the Jaguars. But you beat a dead horse trying to fucking reach on me with this whole, I should have wanted the Ravens to beat the Steelers because it would have improved playoff standings. Okay, look, dumbass, I'm going to explain this one more time. It's not just the fact that I hate the Baltimore Ravens and didn't want them in the playoffs while I wanted the Steelers to win. The Patriots and the Steelers had the same fucking record going into their game, or would have had the same record going into their game. And looking at the remaining schedule, the Patriots had a better chance of fucking up than the Steelers, because the last two games on the Steelers' schedule was the Texans and the Browns, who they beat the fuck out of. And did anybody pick either one of them to upset the Steelers? Because I sure as fuck didn't. And the Patriots had the Dolphins and the Jets, two division rivals at least, and they fucked up with one of the games, the Dolphins. But really, not to mention we finished 3 games behind both of those teams. But in reality, we should have fucking took care of our own business. Like, we left games on the table that we should have won, like the Cardinals, the 49ers, the Titans at least once, the fucking what was it? The Jets. Like, there's a bunch of games we left on the fucking table. Really, we should be cheering for our own squad to take care of our own business. But we didn't do that. And regardless, it would have ended the same way. Us getting the 3 seed, the Steelers getting the 2 seed, and we beat the fucking Steelers. Or even if somehow, by some miracle, we would have got the 2nd seed, still would have beat the Steelers and still would have lost to New England. So, therefore, that bullshit statement's fucking irrelevant. And me wanting the Jags to win while we have Gus Bradley so he wouldn't get fired. Listen, I don't give a fuck if you don't like the coach or not. Because going into the year, I was about done with him. And yeah, I said I wanted him fired after that Ravens game. But the reality is, I'd rather him turn it around and us got to the playoffs that year than to see him get fired, because I want to see my team fucking succeed. And you know what? I was wrong. And you know what? I was wrong. I was wrong about the fucker. He shouldn't have been retained that year. Just like, and I'll give you another example. Because see, the reason why people respect me, like, I'm right a lot, but I can admit when I'm wrong. Like, I made a fucking rant when we hired Doug Marone, and so did you. But I said on many occasions, you know what? I thought we could have hired somebody better than Doug Marone, but turned out he was exactly what we needed, and he got us to an AFC Championship game, so I can't knock the guy. I was wrong. And when we was hired, you were still pissed off about it, and I'm like, you know what? What's done is done. Nothing we can do about it now. Let's give him a chance. But you, to this day, still haven't admitted that you were wrong about making that fucking rant. And then you say some shit like you wanted Todd Wash and Nathaniel Hackett hired. Okay, yeah, let's fire the coordinator who led us to the number one rushing attack in the league, just because he went too conservative a couple of times. Yeah, that's great. Or let's fire the guy who coordinated the best defense in the NFL. That makes a lot of fucking sense, Tekken. Fucking idiot. And another reason why I know how to talk shit. I know what the fuck to say to people. There ain't one fucking... And, you talking about, like, you and T. Kirk agreed on Gus Bradley. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck. This is the same T... And not to throw T. Kirk out there, but this is the same T. Kirk that said, we need to trade for Eli fucking Manning. One cornerback in the league who was worse than Blake Bortles. And yes, at this point in their careers, I'll take Blake Bortles over Eli Manning. I don't give a shit what he did before. I'm talking about right here, right now, this current day and age, I would take Bortles over Manning. Like, there isn't a motherfucker in this fan base that I haven't called out. And the reason why I'm respected is because I have the balls to do it. You don't. You don't have the balls to talk shit to anybody about anything. Because you're a faggot. You're a bitch. So, you can keep throwing my name in your mouth all you want, but the reality is, and everybody knows this, you're irrelevant. You're a fucking retarded bitch. You can't fuck with me on any type of level. And you envy my life, dog. You envy my life. Just from what you see on YouTube, but not to mention, I don't have to pay for pussy, and I don't live with my mom and have a good job. But you envy my fucking life. And you claim you don't care what I say, but you hang on every word. Like, I'm sure you're going to leave a long-ass comment in this video, but I'm probably just going to delete it because no one wants to read that shit anyway. No one's going to take the time to fucking read it because you a dumb bitch. But you say all this, yet you claim you don't like me. But I got a following. And all my subs were earned. None of them were bought like yours. And don't tell me they were, because when you came back to YouTube, you had like 7 subs that first week. And then 2 days later, I'll look and you're at 1,700. Like, you spent your whole month's pay, which working 6 or 12 hours a month, whatever it is, and you bought subs from YouTube. That's fucking sad. That really is fucking sad. Oh, and then you try to indirectly discredit me more when you and Meet the Mets bitch ass tried to say in that Saints Uptown, I got everybody kicked out, but yet you're notorious for giving out links to 30 and 40 fucking people, and it gets handed out to trolls, and then they come in your own hangouts and they fucked it up. That's exactly what happened, because I was on camera when this shit happened. So, in order for me to send a link to people, I have to be off camera and out of just on my little, the avatar thing to send it to people. But I was on camera. So how the fuck could I send it if I was on camera? Explain that to me. Unless there's some weird way that I don't even know how the fuck to kick people out of Google Hangouts. I don't know how that shit works. I don't even know how to set them up. So how the fuck could I have done it? You stupid bastard, yeah. So, like I said, you keep being mad, you keep talking shit and begging people to stop talking shit about you, because really you do fucking care, because you wouldn't have made that video if you didn't. That's a fact. So, just go ahead, keep running along with your miserable life. Keep talking shit about me. Keep trying to discredit me with what little you have. Keep hanging on to that Ravens and Steelers game. And you just make yourself look like a stupid fuck. And have fun when everybody figures out, when all the names who are in that video figure out that you threw them under the fucking bus. See how much they like that shit. Alright, well, that's all I got. I'm done wasting breath on this fucking faggot. This your boy Jagging Off. And I'll be back with a video actually talking about something relevant other than this piece of shit.